Chairman.
Yes, sir.
Karibu sana LTN Sports.
Nashukuru.
Give a small introduction about Boniface Ambani and tell us about the slogan Ipo Siku.
Boniface Ambani, I don't know even. Sometimes people ask me who I am. I try to figure out where I can start and end. But at the end of the day, I get my footings, yeah. Ambani is Kenyan international retired soccer player. Ambani is a father. Ambani is married with a family of 5. My wife, Helena Nyango. Kids, Sharon, Wendy, Dante, Nigel, Chantal.
Kindly, Mr. Chairman, can you tell us about the Ipo Siku slogan? How did you
coin it? Ipo Siku slogan is not a slogan that was coined maybe before elections. No, it's a slogan that I've had it for more than 7 years. I ran for the post of the chairmanship of AFC Leopards 7 years ago. And my slogan was Ipo Siku. They stopped me from running, but at the end of the day, I told them my slogan is Ipo Siku. And the Ipo Siku came to pass. So I knew that one day, one time, you know, as growing as a small boy, from the village, I support the club, AFC Leopards. Fan, AFC Leopards #1. So I was growing up knowing that one day, and that's one day, Ipo Siku, I'll play for AFC Leopards, and it came to pass. I played for AFC Leopards 1998. We won the last trophy, the club won, the KPL trophy, and then I left. But the Ipo Siku slogan was still there. I knew that one day I'll come back to help this team, maybe in one way or another. Again, I came back as a coach for the junior team. You see? So the slogan has always been there, Ipo Siku. You know, I was just like, yeah. So in between, when I was coaching AFC Leopards, the junior team, I came to learn so much about the club, how it's being run, what are the gaps that have been there in the team. So I just coined it, and as Ipo Siku, I'll come to lead this team. Because I used to see what used to happen before. Then I say no. One day, one time, I'll come back. So I left as a coach. I stopped coaching the junior team. I ran for the post now, but I was locked out from the election. But I said no. I'll go do my own stuff. But one day, one time, I'll be back. So they locked me by virtue of saying that I'm not a member. So I was wondering why am I not a member of AFC Leopards? And I've played for the club for all those years. Again, I came back, I coached the team. So automatically that puts me as a member. But now it was like you have to be a paid up member. But in the constitution itself said, by that time, it was, you haven't played for the club, you're a live member. You do not need to be a paid up member. So it was just politics. But at the end of the day, sema siku ya Mungu ni yake, si yako. So it's good timing. So the Ipo Siku slogan came. I went back. I started doing my own stuff outside, managing clubs here and there. But again, I was paid for the membership fee for 6 years. The last time I campaigned, it was 6 years ago. So for those 6 years, I've been paying up my membership. So I came back and said, okay, fine. I'm going for this thing. Now, Ipo Siku, ndio ikafika.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff, yeah.
Now, Chairman, what motivated you to take on the responsibility of being AFC Leopards Chairman? And how do you plan to navigate the challenges ahead?
You know, I got a lot of motivation from as I said, as a player. I was blessed a little bit. I played football outside this country, in many countries. So, you know, I'm seeing how guys are running football outside the borders of this country. Then you come back home, you see what's being done here. It breaks your heart, yeah. So, at least I've been able to manage a few clubs in this country, and they have performed so well. I remember I came up, I was a coach at Kangemi All Stars. It performed so well. I was a technical advisor at Sindo United. The team performed extremely well. The current Mofa. I took up the job of a technical director at Mara Sugar in Division 1. I managed the team, and within a very short spell of time, 4 years, we were in the Premier League. The team, we won the Division 1 league. We came to the NSL. In the NSL, we were there for only 2 seasons. We won the NSL again, and we got promoted to the Kenya Premier League. Yeah? So we have, by the time I was leaving Mara Sugar, the team was second on the log in the Kenya Premier League. So I looked at it. This AFC Leopards is my home team. Yeah? Is the club that I've been supporting since my childhood. And I looked at it. No, it's a high time. What I've been seeing happening around at the club, we have to change the fortunes of this club. So from mismanagement, from player management, from you know, it's a whole setup. It's a whole setup. So I said, no way. Let me just throw myself into it and see. If I get elected, well and good. If I don't, again, it was not a matter of life and death. To me, I was just throwing myself into it, knowing very well the options are there. You will win elections or you lose. But again, I had my plans. If I win the elections, I know exactly where I'm going to start from and where I'm going to take the club to.
Chair, can you briefly tell us what happened at Mara Sugar? Because by the time you were leaving, you had a very, very good stint with the team. And how would you use that experience to steer AFC Leopards? Now that there you are the technical director, and here now you are the chairman.
You know, at Mara, you are in a position where I was in a position where, sometimes you want to make those decisions, decisions to propel the team to the next level. But there are a lot of people with their vested interests in the club, who do not actually understand what the dynamics of football are. And then you go into confrontation each and every single day. You know very well this is what's supposed to be done. People just came in the team after the team got promoted in the Kenya Premier League. They do not understand the dynamics. They do not understand the composition. They do not understand how you handle players. Yeah, there's so many things that started cropping up. Then I was like, you guys, where are you when this team was in the Division 1? Where are you when this team was in the NSL? Now just because the team is in the Premier League, you want to come and call shots. You want to come and tell people what they're supposed to do. And I know very well that you have never been in football, anywhere close even to football. So, sometimes I usually tell people the biggest problem actually is in the management of football, the management of clubs in our football ecosystem. So that's where the biggest problem is. Because you get a lot of guys are in football, but they do not understand it well. They just came just because somebody gave them a position. You know, the way you manage footballers and the way you manage football and the way things run around football is not the same way you're going to manage a corporate firm. Maybe you might be the best manager in a corporate firm, but at the end of the day, football is a different ballgame. Huh? It's a different entity. You need to understand how to manage most of the things. Yeah? I'll give you an example. Somebody sits on a television, is watching football. It's only one ball that is being played, right? But when you get to the management now, part of it, the club, you tell the manager, now we need 40 balls. Then he says, no, I only see people playing only one ball. So he says that the only budget I can give you is 5 balls. You know, they don't understand. Yeah?
Sure.
Yeah, they don't understand. And it's happening in all these clubs. Yeah? When you tell somebody, we need cones, we need beeps. I need 6 sets of beeps, you know. Huh? And then somebody, what are beeps in the first place? Huh? Asking you what are beeps. You know, you tell him, no, we need this, you need raincoats. He doesn't understand why you need you tell him you need agility poles, agility rings. Completely they are zero about, they understand nothing. But now when you give them the bills, they are like, no, you know, you understand, yeah? But those are basics, the basics in football. So it becomes a very big problem in Kenyan football. So I say no. And that's why most of the Kenyan coaches, they have had problems. They cannot actually develop their players to the maximum. Even the players themselves cannot develop the maximum. Why? Anytime you're giving them a raw deal, for example, a coach comes to you, tells you need 30 balls, you're giving him 15. You tell him go and work out with around the 15 balls. It can't happen, yeah? So it's a problem. You have been in football, I think you understand what I mean.
Sure.
But somebody who has not been in football cannot actually understand that. So those are some of the things I say no. Let me be where I'll give my coaches, my technical bench, the best. Let me be where, you know, sometimes a coach wants a striker. But now you, in the office, you go and buy a defender. The coach is short of a striker. What he wants is, a striker. Because you are underground deals, you guys decide, no, let's go and look for somebody we can. No, it doesn't work like that. Yeah? So, yes, I know. With my experience in football, I say no. Let me go and be where. When the coach comes in the office or the technical bench comes in the office, this is what they want, I'll give them what they want. Unless it's not there for that moment, but I understand. To me, this is what they want and they have to get it. This is what the players want and they have to get it. Okay? The players tell you, no, we need to sleep in a good hotel, but you take them in a lodging. Yeah? The whole night, they're not even sleeping, their concentration is not even there, yeah? Because now you understand what happens in logic, yeah?
Yeah, sure.
So it's a big problem in Ghana football. So we just need to change the whole thing. I say no. Wacha nikue where this I'll be able to control such things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as a former player, how do you plan to bring your playing experience into your new role?
As a former player, it is very simple because this AFC Leopards is a big club. It's one of the biggest clubs, but not even one. It's the biggest club in the country, in our country. So it dictates that you need to give it the best. So to me, I'll go for the best. This is a club that should be playing continental matches each and every single season in, season out. But again, for 25 years, for the 27 years, they have not even won Kenya Premier League. I am the last person who won the Kenya Premier League with this team. Those are 27 years ago. So with my experience, I know what I want. I'll go for the players that I want with the current office. we have been elected, so the best thing I'll be able to guide them through. And they are ready to learn, they are ready to understand, because maybe they have not been again on that stage, so I'll guide them through. So planning to turn this team around and get the best for them.
Okay. What are your key priorities in the short term, and where do you see the club in the next year?
My key priority in the short term is to get the right squad, quality squad, not just a squad. You must understand there's between quantity and quality. So the key business of a club is winning trophies, yeah. And to me, the key business of a bigger club is getting the right players, top players. They might be not the top players, but at least I understand how to get something out of those players. So key business, that's fine. And then also another key business again is to get sponsors on board. We have had sponsors, but we need to get into the market and get more. Because the club of AFC Leopards, it needs more than, for real, they must have more than 10 sponsors who can come in. It doesn't matter how much they bring in, but at least more than 10 sponsors, yeah? Yeah. So at least to help prepare the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach, you are a coach, you are a leader, you are a player, and that makes you a very unique character here. And now, how do you plan to balance the club history with modern football strategies? Because you've evolved through this system.
Yeah, I've evolved through systems. I've been a fan of the club.
Yes.
As a young man. After being a fan, I came and played for the club. I came and coached the club. I've left the club. I started managing other clubs. I understand modern football. Football changes each and every time. Yeah. So there's so many things that we have to do. Maybe you also need to empower our coaches, our team managers. You need to do. We need to open up. Yeah. Yeah, they need to go and do all those courses. Make sure that any course that comes around, you send them to go and do. If there's anything that involves football, any new ideas that come in, you need to send everybody to plus the guys who are working in the office, so that everybody understands what modern football is. Yeah, each and every single day things are changing. Yeah, yeah. So there's so much that we need to involve ourselves into. Even the player themselves, they need to learn, they need to understand that at this early stage, they need to choose their paths. Somebody has to understand, after retirement, where is he going? So my players, I think they'll go through a lot, because we'll need to incorporate everybody, even the driver themselves. We need to include everybody. Yeah? Even the drivers themselves, they have to also to understand what football is. So, so much to be done.
What changes or improvements do you foresee in club's management, fan engagement, or infrastructure under your leadership?
Wonderful. Fan engagement, Ambani. We have slept so much on that. We need to have, our fans need to also understand our players. We need to get them close to the team, okay? We have had issues whereby, when I was campaigning for the post, I've had issues where fans are even complaining that they are not close to the team, nothing happens between them and the team. You know, there's so many things that the fans can work around with players, yeah? CSR, yeah? Maybe they are going to a children's home to do something, or tree planting. You know, that's the only time that now the fans should engage themselves with the players, yeah? You just need to send 2 or 3 players in each and every, branch, whatever they are doing. Maybe they are going to do something, maybe for CSR. You know, that's how we get to get the fans closer to the team, yeah? Again, transparency and accountability, those are the key points that we have had issues with the team, where money comes into the team from sponsors, nobody knows where it's going to. The fans, the paid up members, their monies, they always ask, what's the money doing? But again, nobody's there to tell them, actually, these were your contribution this year, and this is what we did with your contributions. The next, once you tell them exactly when you're transparent, and telling people where the money is and what their monies did, then definitely, even if you go back to them and tell them, hey, my friends, we need now to up our game, they'll definitely do so, because you'll show them this is what you did with the money, it went here, this is the deficits, be open. To me, that can actually work. When it comes to infrastructure, the club for a very long time, ages, the club that was started in 1964, but up to this moment, they do not have anywhere to call their own. So we need to sit down again and think deeply and see the next. That's a long-term thing, But again, it can be long or it depends to how you approach it, So much to be done, because this club needs its own training facility. People asking about the stadium, I told them, no, the stadium at the moment is a far-fetched issue, Let's shelve the stadium thing first. Let's look at the infrastructure, a training facility for the team. Because we have the youth team, we have the ladies team, and I'm also thinking about introducing now the under 6 to 8, 8 to 10, 10 to 12, 12 to 14, 14 to 16, and under 17s, So with all those in mind, what does that show you? We need to have our own training facility so that it can accommodate all of us. And then on that point, again, on that note, AFC Leopards is not a football team, It's a sports club, So we must be thinking about what other sports, that we should introduce in the team. The other day, a member of the club asked me, I have a kid who plays chess. Where can I take that kid? Another one said, my kids like volleyball. We should be thinking those lines. During the campaigns, I tell them, Al Ahly, you have played football. Al Ahly Sports Club of Egypt. It's a whole institution, AFC is an institution. It's just that for a very long time we have not thought about that. We are just thinking about football. We need to think wide. Al Ahly has so many sports centers in their facility. We have Al Ahly football club, one of the best football teams in Africa. We have also Al Ahly volleyball team. It usually gives our ladies here sleepless nights. We have Al Ahly hockey team. It came here, it thrashed our team around. I saw that match around City Park. It was a very tough match. I went to watch it. So we need to think wide and see where this team we can take it.
Okay. How do you plan to address the financial sustainability of the club and improve its commercial operations?
As I said, AFC Leopards is not a small club. It's a big club. For it to stay afloat, it needs a lot to bring in a lot of sponsors. And remember, if I can take you back, I told you the team has only been operating with only one sponsor. No, we need to think out of the box. We need to get more sponsors on board. Again, when it comes to merchandise, we need to leverage on that. We need to work and see how much can we get from the merchandise. This team, its support base is more than 10 million fans, for your information, because the whole of Western supports AFC Leopards. Central, Rift Valley, Eastern Province, now Coast. AFC Leopards is a national team, but it has the numbers, but we have not been making use of our numbers. So we need to go out and market it. We can still get some coins from even our social media pages. We have not worked so much on our social media pages. We need to increase the numbers on our social media pages. And then from there, there's another avenue where you can actually reap in. So we have to. There's so much that we have to do on the marketing team. It has to wake up and see what it can do. We have so many celebrities, and especially in the media. Yeah? We have the likes of Fueneke, the likes of Kangai, likes of Rocho. Yes, we have those guys, Ali Hassan. Those guys of what is it? They're in the radio and TV. Yeah, so many. When it comes to actors, we have the Awinjas of this world. So we need to use them and bring back and also drive the membership support base. We need to rise. At the moment, we are 7,000 registered members. We are hoping if you can rise it this year to 100,000 subscribers, then we are there.
Oh, nice. Coach, which coaches or teammates influence your playing style, and why?
Which coaches actually?
And teammates influence your playing style as a striker, if you can remember.
When I used to play football?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
The best thing is, or the worst, or the best, I don't know.
Either.
I've played with so many players that...
the moment that you can capture.
Yeah, I had excellent moments with AFC Leopards. I had excellent moments with the Syrian Fastak. I had excellent moments with the Tusker FC. I had excellent moments with the Yanga. I had excellent moments with East Bengal, Xi'an City. I've just, the experience is wide, yeah?
Yeah.
So, actually, again, I was a striker. On my part, I was a striker. I didn't bother what system you're going to play. What I used to bother me is the coach going to put me on that pitch? So, in AFC Leopards, we had the likes of Mulama, Filippo Umas, my own bro, Fred Ambani, that we used to play up front. So when he went to Syrian, again, my bro, Fred Ambani was there, the likes of Sami Simiu, John Baraza, Johnston Muhwana, Mofata Moyo, this the cream of players that I used to play along up front. Yeah, when I went to Yanga, we had the likes of Idi Chuji, Mauricio Ngasa, Jerry Tegete, Ben Malala, Sunguti Morris. So I could fit anywhere. That's the best
thing. Did your brother, Fred, played any role or any support for your progress in football?
Yeah. So much. I owe a lot of my footballing journey on him. He's my elder bro. During our playtime, when we were kids, we used to play in the same team in the village back home. He went to Malabo Boys. With him, he was playing football. But the funniest thing about Ambani, Boniface, I never played football. I never played much football in secondary school. I only started playing football in college. But my bro took it so much in primary. Again, he was in a school team. He was again in his school team in Malava. Immediately after Malava, he went to Panpepa, Webuye. After Panpepa, he was signed with Rivertex. So, with me, I was just like, I was doing it for fun. Football is only, I only realized that I can do it better after getting to college, but I started playing football in college, not even in secondary. I never played in secondary. So in college, I left. I went to see my bro. My bro was staying in Eldoret and was playing for Rivertex. So I just went to, when we closed school, I decided, let me go and, this term, let me go and visit my bro in Eldoret. And I had a friend, I met a friend where my bro used to stay. He was playing for Cereals Eldoret. So when he left for training, I asked him, where are you going? And I was like, okay, can I join you? He said, okay, fine. I picked up my boots and then I joined him for training. And on the same day, I was signed by Zero Center.
Wow.
And that's how I picked up again.
Good one.
That's how I started playing. I did interesting. So my bro supported me so much because I was living with him in LD. And whatever I wanted, maybe the boots he could give them to me. So I only played for 3 months with the Silvers. And later on I was signed with the Rivertex. So immediately, So he played for Rivertex. He left, he came to AFC Leopards. I played for Rivertex. I played for Rivertex for only 6 months. And I was one of the hottest strikers in the country. And AFC Leopards was also looking for strikers. So many clubs came to Eldoret to look for me. But again, my bro played a very big role because he was playing for AFC Leopards. So his influence at the club also gave me one step ahead of any other striker that was being searched for by the club. So Fred, we have been together for long. And the interesting part is the coach.
He's the coach.
Of AFC Leopards.
Oh, the chairman and the coach. Quite interesting. Quite interesting. The
Yeah.
Ambanis.
The Ambanis.
Wow,
So
quite interesting.
later on I joined AFC Leopards.
Yes.
Yeah. Joining AFC Leopards, we were twin strikers with him.
Oh.
Yeah, we were twinning with him.
Chairman, what's his thoughts now that you are the chairman and he's the coach?
He has welcomed it, yeah.
Oh,
He has.
Oh, okay.
Interestingly, he doesn't have any
Issue with that.
issues with that.
Oh,
Even
okay.
I don't have any issues with that.
Okay.
People
okay.
have been asking, confident. I told no. Fred came to AFC Leopards before me,
Yeah.
It's not me who employed him.
No.
No, me, and he never influenced me to come to be the chairman of AFC Leopards. Remember, I said I was running for this seat almost 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 years ago, he was not in the team. So I just decided, okay, fine, I'm running for this seat. So by virtue, it just happened that he is the coach of the team. Yeah, he has not been confirmed.
Yeah.
So it's us to. He has been there on acting capacity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember I used to be the
He was the assistant.
Okay. On that experience, Kenya and Tanzania, where you are a big name, especially in Tanzania, your name is so big in Tanzania.
Yeah.
So you've experienced both the Kenyan and Tanzanian derbies.
Derbies.
What are the biggest differences in terms of fans' culture?
Interestingly, it's just we have just watered our derby down, but AFC Leopards and Gor Mahia derby, it has always been top of the calendar. We just need to rejuvenate it, get it back, and make it better, and get it back to the likes of Yanga and Simba. I played in the Kenyan derby, FC versus Gor Mahia, and those days when I was playing, it was top. It had all that counts the derby. Yeah. I got luck. Again, I've played in the Tanzanian derby. I played for Yanga in my professional stint in Tanzania. I played for Yanga, and the interesting part on my derby, Yanga versus Simba, we won 1-0. And Yanga had stayed for more than 7 years without winning any single match against Simba. So that's the time. At least I got to experience what Tanzania derby is. So those guys regard their derbies like no one's business. Yanga versus Simba, oh my goodness. 1 week, 2 or 2 weeks, 2. The Karioko derby, the hype is already there. Yeah. And you're even feeling the atmosphere. And towards the last week, my friend, you as a player, you are now feeling the pressure. Because you're seeing it all over. Yeah.
No. How do you see the role of derbies in shaping local football culture and developing young talent?
Yeah, derbies actually, when you say that developing the young talent. Yeah. If you get it back to where it was, this is a boy who is in Kitale. This is a boy who is in Kakamega who supports AFC Leopards. This is a boy who is in Busia. This is a boy who is in Vihiga, Bungoma. And this is a boy who wants to play for AFC Leopards. The only time he'll think about playing for AFC Leopards when there is a derby, that's the only motivation that actually will make that young man in Bungoma feel he needs now to play for AFC Leopards. You know, it's not always, it comes a lot of pressure. As a fan, the pressure is already on the fan. When AFC Leopards is going to play Gor Mahia, the pressure is already there. When a fan, if a Gor Mahia fan, when they are going to play, the pressure is already there on the fan. The pressure is there on the coach. They deliver. You know, there's now this is what you call bragging rights.
Oh,
yeah. Bragging rights, and the bragging rights are more sweeter when you won the derby and you won the league.
Sure.
Yeah. But you have won the league and then you didn't win the derby. Then again, okay, fine, but now that bragging right has to be there. So derbies are always there. They are always push your football to the next level. Because you remember the last derby that was played in Nairobi, Gor Mahia was who? AFC Leopards at Nyayo Stadium. My friend, I think you saw it, yeah? The Nyayo Stadium was bursting, yeah? It was full to the brim, yeah? The two teams, they're the only two teams that at the moment can attract that crowd. But again, there's Shabana that's coming in, very fast. Their fan base has grown tremendously, so it's good. To me, it's good to Kenyan football, because now we have three teams that when they are meeting, the pitch is full, and that's what you want. Yeah, and even the sponsors themselves, that's what they're looking for. Sponsors looking for numbers, yeah. How they are going to advertise their products, how, you know, because they know that with those numbers, their products will able to reach far wide. So derbies, excellent. I'll always support them. I'll always want more teams to be there. I will always want more companies come in and support those derbies, so that at least they become better and best. The only thing that I'm praying is we need also now, we as fans, to make them safe, so that we can attract more.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Tell us about your international experience and the challenges which our local players can expect to face internationally, and how to overcome the challenges.
Yeah. First of all is culture shock. You know, you leave your country, you're going to a country that you don't know. For example, let me give you an example. I went to China. I do not even have my brothers and sister there.
You played in China? Okay.
I've been to Vietnam, my friend. I've been to India. You know, there's a day I called my dad. I told my dad I'm going to Vietnam, and then my dad was like, Vietnam. My dad is a former army officer, so he was trying to imagine Vietnam. Bye Vietnam. You know, the Chuck Norris thing and the Rambo thing. You know, so. And there was that one in Vietnam, and it's about the culture shock. Yeah, I went to China. The culture shock. The first thing is when you arrive in this country, the climate is actually not favorable to you. Yeah? It's too cold, extreme cold. So I was trying to imagine, what I'm going to do. Number two, food. Yeah. You get into a restaurant, somebody's coming in with a bucket full of frogs. You think you're going to be comfortable? No. You go to a market. You are going to a marketplace. Yeah? You're going to buy maybe beef, and then you're seeing dogs are being sold. Yeah, and openly. Yeah, you're seeing rats. They're all over. the place, they're being sold, people are buying. You know, you're not used to that at home. Yeah, you become a vegetarian now.
What can you advise now, the young players?
So the young players, they have to understand that football is not easy. But the best thing is I never left.
Sure.
I stayed strong, and then I had to come back. I went to Oman. Me, I'm a Christian, but the whole of Oman is Muslim. Yeah. So again, that's another shock on you. So when you're used to so many things in your country, when you go to other countries, you get that things are not working towards you. You need to be strong. You don't need to despair. You need to adjust very fast. So as a player, you need to adjust very fast to situations. Sometimes you leave your country, you're a striker, you arrive there, and then they're telling you, you can play. You know, they're trying to joke around with your head, yeah? They just want to see, are you an all-round player? Sometimes they'll be, hey, Mzee, your defense. You can play in the defense, yeah?
Left back.
Yeah, left back. You know, you're not a left footer, but what do you do? No, you just pick it, yeah? And then from there, you do your level best at that time, but again, they all know you came as a striker. So slowly you'll get your footing. So it's not always easy. Let them not think that being a professional player is that easy. And again, if in this country, in your home turf, if you're giving 100%, the other end you must give 1,000%. Don't joke around, because the foreigners, you're a foreigner. People are seeing you. You're coming to help them. You are supposed to be above the local players. Way far from the local players. So you need to, the discipline-wise should be there. What you give on the pitch should be more than you think. You need to push yourself to those levels. And complaining and whining, and you should just forget about them. You have left your home. You have gone. Don't start thinking about anything. Just pray to God to give you the strength and power to understand everything, and then you're done. But the moment you start thinking, you'll find yourself in the next pen back home.
Okay. What inspired you to transition into coaching after your playing career? And how has the experience been for you as a coach?
Yeah, you see, as I said, the experience of playing football outside this country has taught me a lot. Okay? You come home, what's being done back home is not what's being done, where you came from. So my inspiration actually came from those a few items, where I'll just give you an example. Where you're in a team, you're asking your boss, you need 10 balls, and he's giving you 2 balls. So I got inspired and said, no, the biggest gap is where? In leadership. Okay? We as players, we have only confined ourselves into coaching, being a team manager, and that's it. We are not on the table where decisions are being made. If you see it, 90% of our players, when we retire, we either go to coaching or team manager or,
Sure.
That's where we settle. No, we are not supposed to settle there. The experience that we have when playing, it should propel us to be where we are. So that's some of the things that inspired me, because I was in clubs that they were actually not giving the technical bench the right support, the players. Nobody understands about the players, because you need to understand the player first. You also as a leader, you need to understand how players behave. Players are like kids. So when they ask you for boots, just give them. Don't start complaining. Don't start asking questions, because I understand. So I've been there. I was a coach of this team. So whatever I went through the junior team coaching, I say no. I need to quit coaching. I need to get into management. So that's some of the items that some of the things that made me move higher.
You won, or rather, you played a big role in shaping the Cubs, right? And currently, you have a good percentage of players, even in the national team, that you are coach. So, can you tell us the philosophy or the techniques you use to scout these boys?
Yeah, with Boniface Ambani, I don't need to take 3 or 4 days with the player. Only, even like Austin, yeah, I can give you an example of Austin. He's one of the best midfielders in the country right now. I signed Austin after seeing him for only, I think it was, if I'm not wrong, 5 minutes. He was hardly even 5 minutes on that pitch. He came for trials. I asked players to come for trials as a junior team. So he came. I looked at him. I think I took only three minutes with him, and then I pulled him out from the training. I had to put other players in. So he was like complaining and whining. I told him, no, sit down here.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you later. So I go for quality. I know the quality of players that I want, and I go for positions. I look at what positions I'm weak at, and then I go. I used to sign those players. I used to sign players according to positions, and again according to quality. I'm looking at Lewis Band right now. He's in the national team. Lewis Bandy. Lewis Bandy, is one of the players that I signed, and he was just, if I'm not wrong, 15 years, and he was a very tiny boy. And then guys were like, why are you taking this small boy? I said, no, I saw the qualities in him. Yeah? I'm not looking at the physique at the moment, but I'm looking at the qualities boy harbors. So with the physique and anything else, we'll shape them as we go. Within 16, 17 years, now the boy is now, if I'm not wrong, around 20. He's playing for the national team. He has been one of the pillars at AFC Leopards. Yeah? So I had one of the best junior sides in the country because I was going for quality, and the best thing is discipline-wise. Yeah? I had to instill a lot of discipline into them. I never compromise with discipline. I never compromise with standards, because once the moment you start playing around with the player and you compromise with his discipline, that's where you go wrong. So to me, I was tough on them because I wanted them to perform. Like today, I was laughing. Yeah, there's a player from Mara. I just gave him a call, and then he was like, "Hey, Jama, give us." When I used to get onto the pitch. And then I look around, you are the first person I used to look in the stadium. And then I see you are seated behind the goal, then I know it's not going to be easy. You see, these are boys who nobody knew about them. But they won the NSL. Nobody knew that Mara could win the NSL. So I push players to perform, to give me what they want. Because at the end of the day, once the win is theirs. They get joy. So, for example, Mara, I pushed them, they won the NSL. After winning the NSL, they were like, oh yes. Coach, not coach, the technical director, oh my goodness, yeah. You pushed us to the limit. So the same thing I have to do with the junior team. Yeah. However much they were playing in the lower league, okay, you try to imagine, These are boys who played in sub-county, not even county league. They played in sub-county, Nairobi West branch. I don't know which league was. I think it's sub-county, Nairobi West branch. AFC Leopards, FIFA banned the club from signing players. Around 13, 14 players left. This is a club that has been banned by FIFA. They cannot sign players. Even from internally, they cannot sign any player with any club within the Kenyan borders. FIFA have banned you. Now, what do you do? It's God's grace that I had the best junior team in this country. I just asked the senior team promote these players. They're promoted to the senior team. These are boys who have not played even the county league. They have not played, it's Division 2. They have not even played in Division 1. They have not played in the NSL to Premier League. And they were able, they did marvelous job. Yeah, wonderful job. I think that season, the boys were able to. I think they finished position 7, 8, 7 there. So you try to imagine, yeah? So, without any experience of playing in the Kenya Premier League, in the top flight. But what I had instilled in them, I had instilled in them to be champions. I was telling them, this is Leopards, AFC Leopards. And even a small leopard, that's a cub, is a leopard. Yeah. So is a leopard. Whether you're a cub or you're the leopard, you're a leopard. So they lived knowing that they have to play. And I put a lot of pressure on them at that early age, and they were able to give us what we had.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Now, what's your take on the national team as we are now gearing towards Chan? With the fact that one of your players was dropped from the team. What's your take, being an ex-international and a coach?
Yeah, to me, being dropped in the national team actually is not a problem. Yeah, the positives you take is out of more than 400 or 500 players who are playing in the league, in the Kenyan league, you were able to get a chance to train the national team. And I'm looking at the boy who was dropped. He's a very young boy. Yeah, he's approaching 20, if I'm not wrong. So the experience that he has already gained just by training in the national team is far much better than anything else I can even think about. Personally, before I got now to play with the national team, I had been dropped on several occasions. But each and every time, you remember now, you are in the database of that coach. Yeah? You are in the radar of that coach. So anytime he needs a player, he'll not go to look for another player down. Yeah, you get the first chance to get the national team. So Levis Bandi has remained as one of our players. So this one will also get inspired by, by one of the teammates is in the national team. So getting the national team, just being picked, that's already a plus. Yeah. My football experience, after we have played football a lot, and I met a lot of guys, Nigerians, Moroccans. So I was one guy from Nigeria. Whatever he said, he does not even want to play for the national team. Yeah, he only wants to be called to the national team.
The call-up.
He just needs a call-up. He does not even want to play. To him, a call-up is enough for him to get where he wants to go. Yeah. Be called, to be called to the national team. That call-up alone to him is a plus. He just wants to go to the national team. He picks the bag. He sees his name on the paper that he has been called the national team, and then he leaves. That to him is a ticket to go and play professional football anywhere. He does not even need that playing whatever recognition. So to the young man, we'll sit down with him. He's out. Yeah. Maybe he doesn't understand. But sure. At least I'm here. I'll be able to guide him.
Sure.
Yeah, and also the boys out in the team. At least being on that stage, and my capacity and where I am right now, I'll be able to guide these boys.
Okay. Yeah. Tell us your performance objectives as the chairperson, both in the management and in the playing unit for AFC Leopards.
My objective at the moment is to get the right squad for the club, to play the best football, to win trophies, okay? And apart from that, the other side of the management issues is to make this club one of the best, admired, global-wise. The club should be the financial sustainability about it, the integrity issues, management levels, we need to put in structures. We need to put in structures to help prepare this club. Yeah? Remember, we only elected 3 guys. Yeah? The Secretary General, Mr. Lime, not Mr. Lime, Secretary General Isaac Mulindi, the Treasurer, Mr. Lime, and Ambani, Sam. But the 3 of us. Now we have roped in the CEO, who is in acting capacity, Mr. Namai. But again, when you look at the team, It's a big club. With all that huge following, we need to propel, we need to push this club to the next level. Yeah. So more departments so need to come in. So we need to put in structures that will help us run what? The club. We are talking about the marketing department that needs to come in. Yeah, we are talking about the scouting department that also needs to be to come in. The three of us cannot actually push this team to where it's supposed to be. So there's so much that needs to come in. The constitutional reviews, we have to look at it. The other day, I called Madam Wasike, a registrar, and she said that we need to reconstitute. Yeah? We need to look at our constitution. So much to be done. But we'll be able to cross that bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as a stakeholder and a chairman of one of the biggest clubs in the country, what can you tell first the federation, to the government, and what should the fans expect from the AFC Leopards moving forward?
The fans, they expect good governance in the first place. The fans, they expect to see their team playing the continental matches. The fans expect to see their team winning trophies. That's the best thing you can give to your fans. There's nothing more that you can give to them. Okay? The federation, we are ready to work together because we are under the umbrella of the FKF. And we need to have a cordial relationship between the federation and the club. So we are also looking upon them. We see what they are offering, and we'll see how where the club can also we as a club we can come in and help the football group. The government. There's no any institution in this country that can function well without the hand of the government. So the government should come in. And we are talking about infrastructure, building infrastructure. Yeah? And when you're looking about land, wherever it is, definitely we'll go to them and ask them how can they chip in, yeah? And see this club grow to the next level. Because AFC Leopards performs well, Gor Mahia performs well, Shabana does, KCB does, Ulinzi does, so Posta Rangers does. So when everything is thriving, yeah, well, and it needs the hand of the government to help us. Yeah. The only thing I'm also urging the government is to look into the infrastructure of the football in this country, not about AFC Leopards alone. We need to build our football. Yeah? We are not supposed to be rushing things like right now. We have just been rushing how we can rush Kasarani to get to better positions, Nyayo Stadium, whatever. We need to have stadiums spread all over this country, and those are the initiatives of the government. We need to host. We are hosting now Chan. Maybe the next 2 years we'll be hosting AFCON. Yeah. So we need to put our house together so that at least when you have those facilities and the facilities are good and running, then even these clubs, the boys in these clubs, the players in these clubs, they'll thrive. Okay? Because each and every person, each and every individual, each and every single player, wherever he is, will be thriving. He's looking at it. I need to play football. I need to get where. You just saw the other day, Adrian. Is it Adrian Kibet?
Adrian Kibet, yeah.
See, the whole country is what? Is just happy about it. What about how many Adrian Kibets do you have? Look at it. So many, yeah? We just need to give them those platforms. And the government should help us to give them those platforms. Make all these clubs better, bring in more sponsors, allow more sponsors to come in, give all those companies tax rebates, okay? So at least they can come into football and push our football into the next level. But now you see the taxes that are being boxed on these teams. My friends, many of them, they just decide, okay, fine. It's not even easy to come into football. So those are some of the things that the government should sit down and see how they can come in to help propel sports. I'm not talking about football alone. Yeah. the whole ecosystem to do with sports. Yeah.
What's your this final parting shots on the sports ecosystem?
The finals
General sports in the country.
short is just let's come together. I'm asking all stakeholders in football to come together. Let's join hands. Chan is here. People will learn so much about it. Let's join hands to see what we can do with our sports in general. Sports is a big industry. It's a big industry. It can employ millions, thousands, millions youth. Yeah. You know, the other day I was reading somewhere. There's a place you used to go and play Babadogo.
Yeah.
The place has been grabbed. It's no longer an entertaining facility again. So what have you done to the youths around there? You have killed everything. Yeah? You turn these boys into something else. Those who used to play football there now will turn into something else. What do you expect? When you get robbed now, when those boys turn to muggers, what else do you want? We should calm down as stakeholders and think what we can do in sports so that we can propel our sports to the next level. It's a big industry. We are just caring about employment. It can employ a lot of people. Sports employs so many people. Yeah? It's not even the players themselves. Yeah, there are doctors, there are physicians who come in, dietitians, nutritionists. You know, once it's wide and everything is working now, each and every person in this country maybe will get somewhere to fix himself. Yeah, we have guys who are cameramen. You know, the guys who are in the media. So we need young players like him to be somewhere. So we shouldn't kill it. We should come and support it.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much, Chairman.
Asante sana.
Gala.
Oh, Gala to disaster.
You want to talk about the gala? Okay.
Yeah, we have a gala. We have a gala on 26th, but it's going to be a long week event in Bungoma, cultural event. Yeah. If you have never seen bulls fighting, you can still go there. Yeah, it starts on Monday. No, it starts on 22nd, if I'm not wrong. There's so much in Bungoma, and the climax, it will be the award. We are awarding our players, those who performed well the last season. So it's an event that is in Bungoma.
Okay.
So you guys are welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're much welcome. So don't worry. I will be there. We'll be able to support you. Whether you want to get in the stadium to cover it, yeah, whatever.
Okay.
You're most welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Excellent.